What up, Hawk fans? This is Emma Welch, your on-campus host for HawkTalk, and today I am joined with
Robyn McChesney from the DSU Heritage Foundation.
Awesome. So, Robyn, you are here to tell me a little bit about Yuletime. Can you first tell me what the theme is, just for the people out there that don't know?
Absolutely. Yuletime is the foundation's #1 or biggest fundraiser for scholarships. And this year our theme is Heroes versus Villains.
Heck yes, I'm very excited. What's your costume? Do you mind spoiling? If you don't want to, you don't have to.
I won't spoil, but my costume this year is my partner in crime fighting, Batman. So you can guess who then I am. Hero support.
I get to dress up as well, and I'm very excited. So what is like your role putting together Yuletime? Like obviously sitting in on meetings, but like what is your main thing?
I have the pleasure of working with Pam Rudolph and coordinating the auction itself. So all of the beautiful items that you see here come in and we catalog them, get them all ready, and then I enter them into the online auction, which is already open. We have 10 items and some live items, Insta-buy items that are ready to go. Other than that, it's just hero support again, helping the committee get everything ready and prep, from decorations to registration and suites, sponsorships, and more items.
Okay, and what is your favorite Yuletime memory, or like your favorite part of Yuletime?
Well, this is my second Yuletime as a member of the foundation, and last year was amazing. Neon Nights in Nashville. So Taylor Swift was there. We had Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers. There was some exciting guests. I think just seeing all the donors and alumni and friends come together and support our scholarship fund, that's the most exciting part. It's just seeing everybody and working with all the students, and the prep work too is really fun. Right.
So can you tell me a little bit about a few of the items that we have for Yuletime? What items are you most excited to see?
It's hard because there's almost over 100 items. We have Insta-buy items that are 100 years of book, football legacy book, the children's ABC book. We have 10 trips, you name it. There's a golf trip, which I know my husband is very interested in.
I'm interested.
Of course. Yep. DSU apparel and a lot of Blue Hawk themed items. We have a couple neon signs that I think will go well. But altogether, there's such a wide variety. Food baskets, big ticket items, you name it, we have it, I believe. And so a lot of collective items this year.
Yeah, this room is like filled to the brim with items, and it's just, this is one of my favorite times of the year here at the foundation, because you just get to like browse around, and it's just always fun to be excited about Yuletime.
And pick out which ones you want to bid on.
Yeah. Okay, the last question I have for you, I ask everyone this, what does DSU mean to you?
Well, this is I've been teasing, it's my sophomore year, even at the foundation. I didn't go to school here, but have literally lived next door, and absolutely thrilled to be part of the Blue Hawk family. It has been so much like a family working here and getting to meet everybody. And it's just a pleasure to be out in the community representing DSU and all what it means.
Oh, we love having you here, Robyn.
And the golf.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna head in studio with Xander.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Hawk Talk. I'm your in-studio host, Xander Beeson. Very special guest today, my boss, I'll have you introduce yourself to the people.
Yeah, my name is Carter Fong. I'm the Marketing and Events Director for the City of Dickinson. Xander on the side is a city employee. You've actually been at the city longer than I have.
1 month longer.
Yeah, but I'm a Dickinson native. I've got a couple DSU connections that we'll talk about, but glad to be here. Kind of pinch hitting today, we know that, but glad to fill in.
Kind of pinch hitting, but I don't know if our true fans will remember. I did give you a shout out before I knew who you were. I believe it was in March, because you commented on the DSU did a student spotlight about me, and you commented on the Facebook and said, "I love HawkTalk." And I saw it in that next episode I filmed. I said, "Hey, I don't know who you are, but shout out to Carter Fong."
Yeah.
And then a couple months later, now we're working together.
Well, I am proud to, I'm a Consolidated subscriber. We have Channel 18 at home. I pay attention. I care about what's going on locally, and we'll talk more about that. But you've got a good thing going here, and glad to help you keep it rolling.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So that just kind of leads into this first question. How does it feel to finally be on HawkTalk?
Well, it's an honor. It's a privilege. I've been waiting a long time, hoping to get asked. We made it happen, and you know I'm a busy guy, so I've got a nice set of wheels out there that I parked outside the studio. I'm driving a school bus today because I need to be an elementary school bus driver next, and then back to the office.
It's crazy. Carter's a busy guy. It's always pops into my office like, "Hey, I have to go do this obscure task." The first time we technically met was a Zoom meeting where you were driving a school bus.
I was sitting in a parking lot in Richardson with my earbuds and my phone zooming into a meeting, and you were at City Hall.
It was a weird first introduction, but
they employed you at the City Hall like 4 weeks before I arrived there, and God knows what you did for those 4 weeks.
I didn't do anything. I will admit I didn't do, because I was the whole marketing department. The marketing department was me.
That's not what our taxpayers want to hear. They want to hear that you were getting ready for a busy summer, the Legacy Square concert series, and you did keep some things rolling.
That's what I did. Yeah. You did not attend DSU, but you obviously remain super involved. What inspires you to do that?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, let's back up a little. I'm a Dickinson High School graduate, class of 2002. You better believe that I was at Scott Gym and Whitney Stadium watching and rooting for the Blue Hawks all through my childhood growing up. Okay, I went off to North Dakota State, moved back, student teacher, coach, administrator, then work in the community. I was at the Chamber of Commerce for 4 years, now at the city. I'm an educator at heart, and one of the Blue Hawk connections is that in the last year there was a need at DSU for someone to fill in as an adjunct in the Theodore Roosevelt Honors Leadership Program. So I administer one course in the fall. It's service learning. There is no classroom time. In the spring, I do get into the classroom, lead 100. 1 year ago at this time, I picked up 37 almost entirely college freshmen, and I had about a week to prepare. Let you in a little. I was winging it, but we made it. I had a wonderful experience and have met some of the best and brightest on the DSU campus. I care about the Blue Hawks as DSU goes, Dickinson goes. I believe there's a lot of truth in that, and so whatever I can do to help and get involved, I'm glad and honored to be asked.
Cash Randle was in that. He's a
That's right.
He's a HawkTalk host, so shout out to Cash Randle.
Yeah, hi Cash.
Kind of following up, put yourself back into 18-year-old Carter's shoes. If you were a part of the DHS class of 2026, would you attend DSU today?
I'd consider it, you know, not opposed. There is that mentality among many who grow up here that they just want to get out and see something new, and I understand that. But what do I love about Dickinson, North Dakota? We are a nice-sized community with a lot of amenities, but at our heart, I think still a small town by nature. I know you, and we've met many different times. I know Trace behind the camera right now, and you know, as I make my way through the day and throughout our community, I'm going to know and have connections with a lot of people. It matters how you treat people in Dickinson, North Dakota. You can't burn bridges. You will see that neighbor again at the grocery store tonight. We are a small town at heart. I like that. I want that, and I want, you know, we are probably pretty deeply rooted for the rest of my adult life in Dickinson, North Dakota, and happy to say that.
Yeah. When we first met, one of our first conversations we had, you had this, I don't know if a quote, but you said that your job is to sell Dickinson.
Yeah.
Kind of just explain your philosophy behind that.
Yeah, you know, my title is Marketing and Events Director, City of Dickinson. So we want to get the message out on every platform, to every age group, to every audience, that Dickinson is a wonderful place to live and to work and to raise a family. But we need to make sure that it's actually true, that there is something for many in this community. One of the great things, again, teaching through the TR Scholars Program, is that the service learning hours that those students need to complete, I'm able to help them get out into places in the community and make some connections, and maybe it will lead to the future full-time job that keeps one of the best and brightest Blue Hawks in Dickinson for the long term. Okay, we want to keep our best, and we want to be attractive to the best from elsewhere to come live, work, play in Dickinson, North Dakota. That's my job. I hope I do it well.
You would think I gave him these questions beforehand with how good these answers are, but no, he was actually kind of scared about what I would be asking him.
Well, you know, I am on your home turf here.
Exactly.
We do our own city podcast, call that My Home Court Advantage. This is your home court advantage. So who knows what's coming next. But
so we're kind of getting end of the semester. The fall commencement is in about a week and a half, a week from this Friday. There's obviously the spring commencement where I will be walking. What advice would you give someone who's walking that stage, getting their diploma, and will be going out into the real world for the first time? Yeah,
you know, be willing to work smarter and harder, both when needed. You know, AI, technology, your generation, you guys are great at that. You are able to find the efficient shortcuts at times. There are other times where there is no substitute for hard work, getting your hands dirty, getting involved. You know, delayed gratification. Sometimes you need to put in time for a very long time to see the reward much further down the road. You need to be willing to do that and be flexible. You know, my prior work was at the chamber, so one thing I think we're seeing now in the working world is that the idea that a person will be employed at one place for their entire adult life, you still see a few of those folks, and I mean, I honor and respect those folks, but it is more likely that you will pivot and make several changes throughout your life. I'm on about career number 4, okay, and it's all going fine, but I think that that's more likely. You need to work hard, work smart, and be flexible in your adult life.
Yeah. Next question. What's it like getting to work with Xander Beeson?
Well, it's great because I think our skills complement each other real well. You know, we have at the city right now a holiday decorating contest. Well, you know how to whip up an AI graphic or a theme, and you can make it happen quickly. I have an idea what our social media accounts should look like, but basically I pass you the very vanilla content and you jazz it up and make it look right for the platform that we're on. I enjoy working with you quite a bit. You know, a year ago, one of the community social media comments that we read was that, Carter got hired to plan the concert series. Yeah, he's real cool, young and hip. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But I know someone who is, and you know people who are. And we do want our concert series and everything else we do to cater to the cool, young, and hip. And so thank you for having me on this cool, young, and hip show that you've got here.
Yeah, obviously. And the last question, we asked this to everyone that comes on HawkTalk. I anticipate your answer being a little different than ones we've gotten, but what does DSU mean to you?
What does DSU mean to you? I think I go back to the belief that DSU is a pillar institution in the community of Dickinson. I want it to do well. Congratulations to those who are about to graduate and get that diploma here in the winter semester. But again, you know, and Dickinson State University has been through a lot of transition. It is a very highly competitive environment in higher education, but I'm so proud to have a small role to play. The one other thing we haven't really talked about yet is I do just a little bit of consolidated play-by-play at DSU Athletics. I love that. It's the best seat in the house, but whatever small piece I can contribute to Dickinson State University for the greater good of our community, I'm all in, and I'm glad to be.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you coming on, especially on the short notice.
Glad to do it.
Text last night at about 10 o'clock. Hey, can you show up at 8 and do HawkTalk?
Yeah, your text was at 9:45. I had already conked out on the couch by then, but then I looked at my phone about midnight and gave you a reply. So here we are.
Well, I appreciate you coming on. We will see you guys next week.
Hi guys, I'm your host with Minute with Molander. This is President Scott Molander, And what movie character do you think represents you the most?
Represents me
Or
the most.
you resemble the most, or
Movie character.
maybe that you like the most?
I have several movies. I'm an old movie buff.
Okay.
Love old Hitchcock stuff,
Okay.
especially with Cary Grant. Obviously, watch a lot of The Duke, but love watching old Cary Grant movies. They're my favorite because his comedic timing was like second to none.
Yeah.
I was watching a comedy Sunday afternoon or Sunday night. Yeah, in my office. Yeah, it was. Yeah, the timing back then. I mean, no explosions,
Right.
no, swearing, none of that other stuff. Just looks and
Yeah,
and timing.
It was all about the dialogue.
Yeah,
and
it
what
was
going on.
The dialogue is awesome. And
Yeah.
the writing. Ugh, yeah.
I
it's
love old
incredible.
movies.
Yeah.
What's up, Blue Hawk fans? My name's Cheyenne Jacobs, back here with your weekly recap, so let's get into it. Men's basketball went 1-1 on the weekend out west with a loss against Montana State Northern and a win against University of Providence. Women's basketball went 0-2 on their weekend with tough losses against receiving votes teams Montana State Northern and University of Providence. Both teams go back out west to take on Rocky Mountain College and Carroll College this weekend. Indoor track and field seniors Corey Nagel and Dylan Dahlgren were named Frontier Conference Athletes of the Week after their standout performances in their opening meet of the indoor season. Both teams head back out to Bismarck this weekend to continue their indoor season. Women's wrestling was in Nebraska for a big weekend with multiple notable performances and podium finishes. They host Bismarck State at home this week and head to Minot State this weekend. Men's wrestling fought hard in Nebraska, facing tough 32-man brackets and national level competition. They also host rival Bismarck State at home on the 11th and head to Minot State this weekend, so be sure to head out and support your Blue Hawks. We wish all of our Blue Hawks luck in their competitions and activities this week, and as always, Hawks are up.